Phelps, this could turn ugly. Forget about knocking. Let's take our boy by surprise.
Hey, what the fuck?
LAPD, motherfucker, you're under arrest. I got 100 pounds of white.
Now look, I don't want no trouble, see? I got nothing to say to you.
Damn, they got some decent shots in there. Cuff these sons of bitches, Phelps.
LAPD, you two are under arrest. Call for some backup, Finbar.
Galloway, badge number 564. I need a prowl car at the apartment building 330 North Hill Street. 2 suspects need transporting to Central.
Your wife has been murdered, Angel.
Antonia? Oh, God, no.
Where were you last night, Angel?
I was here with my brother the whole night, goddammit! You think I'd kill my own wife?
We should get the whole place a going over, then talk to the neighbors. And Phelps, I don't care that you just got smacked in the head. You don't call me Finbar.
Doesn't look like anything. The El Dorado must be a family favorite.
This will take some explaining.
Maybe one of the neighbors took notice of Angel's movement. He's got no alibi. He's toast.
What do you want?
LAPD, we're making some inquiries.
Make it quick. I work nights.
So you weren't home last night?
No, I was at work.
You know nothing about Mrs. Maldonado fighting with her husband?
Those two? They're always screaming the place down.
Thanks.
No good. There's nobody here.
Sorry about that. I'm playing with my kids.
LAPD, were you here last night?
Yeah. My wife and I are separated, and I had the kids last night. I put them to bed early and went to bed myself.
Thanks.
Hello?
LAPD, ma'am. Did you hear a disturbance last night?
Yes. Yes, I did. Mrs. Maldonado lit out of here, and her husband ran out after her.
You saw this, Miss?
Aranda. I had the door open a crack.
Did you see Mr. Maldonado come back inside after he ran out?
No. I didn't.
Thanks. We'll be in touch.
I kept thinking you were going to call that one a nosy old hag, too, Phelps. Well-executed restraint.
I'm executing restraint right now, Finbar. Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Messages for me, please.
Message from Captain Donnelly, Detective. Your presence is requested urgently at Central Station. A new letter from the Dahlia killer has been found.
Thank you. Can you drive to this one?
One-armed bandits take a beating.
Another letter? I thought the letter was from a nut. You can drive.
These letters, Brown and Hanson believe they are genuine. From him.
Now he sent another.
You know, I really hate this fuck. This Black Dahlia guy. You seen the body? Fucking cased his nozzle way into the guys. How? Every prom queen from every fucking hick town in America turns up here. Where do they end up? Gutted on the fucking sidewalk.
The captain is waiting for you downstairs with Pinker.
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn thing.
Parker or Green? I don't know who'd be worse.
We gonna go downstairs and see Donnelly or what?
See him? Saw his picture in the paper. He worked that case, the lady that was cut up like a dahlia.
Yeah, I want to make homicide. You know, you've got it made if you can get to that desk.
Son, you're a couple of flakes, sort of.
Boys, come on in. Phelps, have you met Finis Brown?
Pleased to meet you, sir.
His information is confidential and doesn't leave this room.
The new letter was left in the back seat of a cab. The driver thinks it was put through the window and not left by a customer.
We're checking all the fares back 24 hours, regardless.
Good.
Like the previous letters, it's been assembled from headlines and typed from the Times and Examiner, then glued to an envelope.
What is the other note?
This one? That's also new. A poem, hand-typed.
Do you mind if I take a look?
Go ahead. We've been over both documents pretty carefully. They've been wiped with gasoline, so there's no chance of prints.
Is somebody gonna tell us what the hell's going on?
Keep upon thy soul by virtue of this curse.
Watch it. Well, you don't see that every day.
God damn!
That's the message from the Celine Henry case.
That's why we called you in.
You think it's original?
Not unless he's a genius.
You like this nut job's poem?
No, I like Shelley. It was written at least 100 years ago.
Shelley. Sure, I knew that.
You see, Finnis? I told you this lad was a bright boy.
Sure, but what has it got to do with the case?
Prometheus Unbound. Prometheus was a titan, a superhuman character who defied the gods to bring fire to humanity.
The Dahlia guy believes he's Superman.
Your guess is as good as mine. One thing for sure is that he's educated. What about the link to the Henry case?
He could have got the wording from the papers. As you said, he is fiendishly clever and takes pleasure in taunting us. What's happening with the Maldonado case?
We have the husband in custody. We haven't interviewed him yet.
Well, upstairs then, lads, and see if we can break him.
What on earth is that
See man
man
him?
doing?
I saw his picture in the paper. He worked that case, the lady that was cut up like the Dahlia.
Improved your attitude, Angel?
What do you want me to say? I was with Antonia the night she died, but she left the apartment, and that was the last time I saw her.
So your wife paid you a visit last night. What time was that?
Late, around midnight, maybe? She didn't stay long.
What time did she leave?
Maybe 1 o'clock.
You and your wife weren't getting along. She was divorcing you. Is that why you killed her?
We fought, yeah, but we weren't getting a divorce.
I don't believe you, Angel. She'd been granted a decree nisi. She pushed you too far, and you lashed out.
I told you. I wouldn't accept a divorce.
The judge had set a date. You were going to be paraded in front of the whole city for your cruelty to her, Angel.
Antonia. Oh, Jesus. She came in drunk, out of her mind. She doesn't normally drink. She was looking around in her bag. Said she wanted to serve me papers. Me, her own husband. So I slapped her down. She ran out. That's the truth.
What size shoe do you wear, Angel?
Size 8. What difference does that make?
When we found your wife, her jewelry had been removed. Was she wearing her religious medallion last night?
Sure. She always wore that.
Looks like somebody broke into her room and stole her things there, too. Why'd you do it, Angel?
What the hell are you talking about? I was home with Hippolito.
Your wife has been brutally murdered. So how do you explain your shirt being covered in blood?
You found that? I cut myself shaving.
Angel, I'm not going to waste any more time on this. Give me something or I'm going to have you charged.
My brother, Hippolito, he said some bad things about Antonia last night. So I had to sock him one. We got into it.
Keep talking.
She said she came from the El Dorado bar.
And?
It's not one of my places. We used to buy fruit at the market down the street. But the creep there was always running his eyes all over my wife.
What's the name of this fruit market?
Just picked fruit. Ord Street downtown.
One last question, Angel. Do the words kiss the blood mean anything to you?
No. Sounds sick to me.
You're not in the clear by any means, Angel. You're going back into a cell. You should think about whether you have anything else you need to share with us.
Anyone seen Miss Wells today?
You think those Vice boys get any on the side?
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
And where exactly are we going?
What's your read on Maldonado?
I still like him for it. Seriously, that line about the guy at the fruit market making eyes at his woman? Please. We'll get to the market, and the guy behind the counter will tell us he saw Angel drag his old lady off into the night. This case will be shut like all the others.
Are you working Friday night? We should go out afterwards. I got a call back for that Universal Chorus line.
Sir, Wait, you look familiar.
Hey, from the bar, right? What brings you here?
LAPD, Detective Phelps and Galloway.
Clem Feeney. What can I do for you?
Did you happen to see a young woman last night? 21 years old, Hispanic?
Sure, she came by last night. Why do you ask?
The young lady arrived around midnight?
Yeah, something like that. Used the phone for a cab and then left.
You already knew Mrs. Maldonado, didn't you, Clem?
Sure, I met her before. She seemed like a nice lady. Her husband went apeshit one day when he caught me talking to her. She hadn't been back until last night.
Where did she go from here?
She wanted a cab, but I couldn't get her one. I was about to offer to drive her, but a car pulled up and she got into that.
Can you describe the car?
Brown Ford Coupe, I think. She seemed to know the guy.
She was wearing a necklace?
I didn't notice.
You weren't paying attention, Feeney?
Hey, you're getting the wrong idea.
Exactly how much fruit do you sell here after midnight, Clem?
Look, not much. I sell the odd bottle on the side to the after-hours crowd. Look, I don't want any trouble. I'm just trying to make a buck.
Do you mind if we look around?
Why would you want to do that?
Because we say so.
I guess you can. Hey, don't you have to get a court order or something? I have rights.
Clem? Shh. No wonder he stays open late at night. People have to get their vitamins. Check through this stuff before we get back out there.
Why cut someone who was already dead?
It's a typical power thing. Once the stiff is dead, the creep usually feels they can do whatever they like. Must have seen it during the war.
I just don't know how to dance to bebop.
So what are we hiding in here? This thing needs a combination.
This fruit stall punk gets about 10 seconds to explain before I pull his fucking arms off.
Clem!
God damn it, get after him, Cole. I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck. Hit him. Clean this asshole off the road. Should have grabbed him when we had the chance, Phelps.
When we had the chance, we didn't know he was our guy.
Phelps, you gotta get me closer.
Strange that he'd leave a trail of blood right back to his own market.
Maybe he wanted to be caught. A lot of them do.
It's almost too perfect, isn't it?
There's no such thing as too perfect. Hit him, Cole. Spit him out. Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
You're a sick man, Clem. You need help.
Outstanding job on this case, gentlemen. The poor woman can now rest in peace. I'll pay the fiend a personal visit myself and remind him that crime in this city does not go unpunished. When they finish with him at the receiving hospital, we'll have him up before the grand jury. I have a meeting this afternoon with the mayor lads. I'll be sure to mention your names. Now, on your way.
Sarge, why are the guys giving it to the doggies? They're riding in trucks, numbskull, while you're marching.
They look pretty badly beat up.
Yeah, they do it then. Scuttlebutt says it's pretty hard going down south.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. Recon always leads. How can we fail, Skip, with the Shadow leading the show? Who the fuck is the Shadow? Lieutenant Phelps, the Shadow of Death.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's a quiet fucker, Sarge. Never hear the bastard coming. Sitting there, field stripping a cigarette, and suddenly he's there looking down on you.
Why do you think we keep saluting that Jap-loving son of a bitch? He's bad juju.
That's enough out of you three. Bad juju? Where were you dragged up? A swamp?
Good morning, gentlemen, and what a grand morning it is, too. We have just cause for celebration. Galloway and Phelps are sending another fiend to San Quentin. A nice showy trial, and he'll be strapped down with gas seeping into his tiny reptile brain. Now, to fresh business. Galloway and Phelps, the task is at hand. The address is on the hill, north downtown off Fremont Avenue.
Drunk, I'll bet, or doped up.
Skipper, is the new letter genuine?
Now, boys, we all know how many imbeciles have confessed in the short case. White Tinker will let us know in good time.
Poor guy must be going crazy.
A fine morning indeed. We keep locking them up, but the bodies keep piling up.
Yeah, Californians love a fad, Phelps. As long as the bricks hold up at San Quentin, there'll always be killers in this town to send.
It's him, the cop in the
Greetings from
newspaper.
sunny California. When's it going to stop? You're behind the wheel.
Star goddamn wet.
First the letter, and now another body. Come on, you can't keep on telling me there's not a killer still out there.
You know, Phelps, all these arrests on your record are giving you a reputation. You don't want them turning into unsolved.
Getting a vicious killer off the streets is more important than my reputation.
Really?
And besides, landing a big fat marlin is more impressive than an ocean full of minnows.
The minnows maketh the man, Phelps. You can't always hit home runs. Sometimes you just gotta make first base.
Detectives?
Phelps and Galloway, homicide.
Scene is secure. The rest of the patrolmen are going door to door, canvassing for witnesses.
Thanks. Keep me informed.
Will do, Detective.
This looks awfully familiar.
I think that's the impression the boys from the Examiner took with them as well.
There's nothing original under the sun. Why should murder be any different?
What do we have so far?
Not much trace evidence to speak of. Storm blew in around 10 last night, and the rain washed most of it away.
And the body? Looks like she was tipped out of an automobile from the tire tracks and superficial injuries. Strangled with a length of rope. And for my money, it's triple braid again.
Time of death?
From her temperature, maybe 2 a.m., but it was cold last night.
Usual head injuries.
Blunt force trauma. Knock him over the head, then strangle and mutilate. No message with this one.
At least she was left clothed.
I doubt very much he was concerned with her dignity.
The green silk dress is very distinctive. Any sign of her other shoe?
No. And no handbag or other personal effects.
There appears to be a dry cleaning label. Superior Laundry Services, F1363.
Never the same, are they?
No drag marks. The killer was moving around, surveying the scene. Our driver and our killer are most likely one and the same. Incidental.
Not now, Phelps.
Detectives, I've been working the houses across the street and up the block. This lady thinks she has something for us.
Detective Phelps, LAPD.
I'm Mrs. Barton, Catherine Barton. I live just across the way.
Did you see anyone around here last night?
Not last night, but yesterday, early evening, I saw that awful hobo.
Do you have a description?
Tall, gaunt, horribly disfigured. I think he may have had an accident in the war. He's a very scary, angry man.
Any idea where we might find him?
One of the hobo camps around here. He's some kind of hobo leader. They all follow him around.
Thank you, ma'am. You've been a big help.
Of course. Anything I can do to help. I'd hate to think that something so ghastly could happen right here and nothing be done about it.
Allô? Ah. Le voilà.
He's alive! Alive!
Yeah. Yeah.
Ça va?
Ça va.
2000 ans qu'on avait pas vu?
Ouais, au moins.
Ah ouais, 2000 ans.
Ouais, mais c'est bon, là j'ai. Avec mon pote, là, du coup, on va prendre enfin l'appart.
Phelps,
du coup,
badge 1247.
ça va être cool. Ah, par contre, j'ai un truc bizarre, parce que quand je parle, je m'entends dans mon casque. C'est pas normal. Déjà, quand je suis arrivé, mes câbles étaient inversés, donc les trucs pour le son étaient sur mes écouteurs et les trucs pour les écouteurs étaient sur mon son. C'était bien. Alors, comment je fais pour régler ça? Périphérique d'enregistrement.
There's a large camp under the bridge on Grand between Temple and Sunset.
Thanks.
Je sais pas, il y a tout qui marche, apparemment.
Can you keep things under control until Pinker and Carruthers finish up?
Sure, Detective. We'll stay out of their way.
You know the way. You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed? No message.
Excuse me?
There was no message.
Where?
On the Vic. The last bodies had something written on them. This one didn't.
I'm failing to follow you.
Can't be the same guy is what I'm saying, right? Before you start trying to link this to Maldonado and all the others.
There are more factors to consider.
Yeah, vient de défoncer le cul d'un truc.
This doesn't fit your pattern, Cole. End of conversation. Understand?
Pour éviter d'avoir des accidents, je laisse conduire l'IA, mais apparemment ça empêche pas en fait.
Mais putain... C'est pas le pire que j'entende ma voix en double, mais... C'est qu'en fait il y a une espèce de vent tout le temps dans mon casque du coup. Ça fait... Comme si le micro était toujours ouvert en fait, mais dans mon casque.
Un truc qui tu dois écouter tout le temps ton son.
Ouais, mais justement je sais pas comment configurer ça.
Le kicker quoi.
Ouais.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
Ah tu vois, pourtant il y a une case à cocher, écouter ce périphérique, qui est bien décoché.
If you give me a minute, I'll go find a register and you can take a look.
Du coup, je vais redémarrer mon PC pour voir si ça change quelque chose. A tout de suite.
Et à tout de suite.
You take a look for yourself. I've got clothes that need pressing.
You wrote the number down on that dress, is it there?
Mrs. T. Terrellson, 43 Emerald Street, Westlake.
You can drive. And where exactly are we going?
I think we ought to investigate the hobo lead.
Well, if you think we ought to, then I guess we ought. Only Bob. I thought where's my wife? Nobody cares about me.
We're looking for a tall man with a disfigured face. Do you know him?
Allô? Oui.
What? I fought in two wars, you know, son. I think I earned some peace and quiet. The bum isn't here.
Look at these people.
We should follow the other lead. These guys can wait.
Je suis loin de te...
Il est ton ami.
Ouais.
Tu le fais tout le temps ou juste dans Discord?
Tout le temps en fait.
Enfin, tout le temps ton micro qui passe en sortie quoi.
Yes.
Spécial.
C'est spécial parce qu'il y a un truc, il y a bien un truc dans Microsoft là, enfin dans les propriétés son, quand tu vas dans le son, périphérique dans l'enregistrement, tu vas dans propriété de ton micro, tu as bien une case à cocher écouter ce périphérique, si tu veux tester, enfin voir si ça marche quoi. Sauf que ça c'est décoché donc... Je ne sais pas. Je ne sais pas. Je ne peux pas. Et je reste planté là. Putain oui j'ai pris l'offre Google Music pendant 6 mois. Il y avait un 6 mois gratuit. Du coup Hellstorm toute la journée, c'est génial. Oh là là, j'ai tellement hâte d'y aller.
Ouais.
I wish I could afford that. You can't do this.
That's disgusting. Didn't you ever hear of germs?
That's the guy from the paper. Saw that big case.
Can you drive to this one?
Disabling microphone playback. Ah, il y a bien une option pour ça.
Ah c'est mieux.
I've got a feeling we're about to meet another wife killer.
You've always got that feeling, Rusty.
Yeah, and it's usually correct.
Please, please, for once, can you not let your assumptions color your detective work?
Just you wait. Okay. Nordic types show a particular disposition for this stuff.
D'accord. Très bien.
Irait bien?
Non, pas du tout, parce que l'option existe.
Mais elle est déjà pas cochée.
Mais non, c'est que je la vois pas sur mon PC en fait. Et je vois bien sur l'imprim écran. Alors attends.
Le plus gros poissard de l'humanité quoi. Avant t'avais pas de PC, maintenant t'as un PC mais t'avais temps, maintenant t'as le temps, mais t'as du playback.
Yes? Detective Phelps and Galloway. Is your wife home, sir?
My wife went out last
Ah
night
tiens,
and she
il y a un
hasn't
autre
come
forum qui
home.
parle de ça.
Can you describe your wife?
J'adore les
What she was
forums,
wearing?
et en réponse il
We
dit
were out at a friend's
tiens, il y a l'autre forum qui a déjà
place,
répondu.
Bobby Ross's, for a party.
Ah cool,
She was
l'autre
kind
forum
of
n'est
dolled
plus...
up.
Enfin...
She had her green
400.
silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her
pas
favorite
grave.
shoes.
Can we come in, Mr. Tarleton? I'm afraid we have some rather
Disabling,
bad
je vais
news.
mettre disabling.
Faut vraiment pas que ma femme disparaisse un jour, parce que là,
Do you have
le
someone
mec
who
on lui a
can
dit
look after your
votre femme a
children, Mr.
disparu,
Tarleton?
comment est-ce qu'elle était
I've been
habillée
trying to
hier et
arrange
t'es
a
capable de dire ce
sitter.
qu'elle
Look,
portait.
tell me what's happened.
Je sais pas, j'ai...
Ouais, je suis vraiment pas sûr.
I'm afraid your wife was murdered last night.
Elle mangeait du poulet.
Qu'est-ce qu'elle avait, qu'est-ce qu'elle portait quand elle est sortie hier?
We're very sorry for your loss.
Des vêtements, théorie.
I know this is a difficult time, Mr. Tarleton, but we are going to need you to answer some questions. First, we're going to take a look around.
What for? You don't
Attends,
think
je vais mettre
that
Windows
Mercedes-
10 parce que... C'est bien gentil Windows 7 hein, mais... Bon, j'ai ouvert 3 forums. Control panel, audience mode.
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's
Attends, je vais voir si je me mute.
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Daddy.
Ok, c'est bizarre parce que même en mutant mon microphone en fait... Je sais pas si c'est un problème dans le casque directement en fait.
Want to hear something funny, Terrell? Some bums think filling out a missing person report actually rules the matter.
Bah, j'arrive.
Et sur le haut-parleur, ouais, tu verras.
Check if she was a regular. I wonder why the picture was turned down. Circumstantial.
Allô?
Ouais.
Oui. Bah, parce que vu que j'étais pas là, mon père a eu accès au PC et je le soupçonne d'avoir fait tomber mon casque.
Alors dans tes haut-parleurs, tu l'entends ou pas?
Mais quoi?
T'as qu'à tester, tu regardes si tu l'entends dans ton haut-parleur ou si c'est juste dans le casque.
Ah oui, ouais, j'avoue.
Branche pas le casque, tu branches autre chose, tu verras bien si tu l'entends dedans. Ouais. Si tu l'entends dedans, c'est que ça vient pas du casque. Tu l'entends que dans le casque. Là. Ouais.
Ah oui, tu dois m'entendre souffler en fait.
Oh, pas plus que ça.
Ouais, alors oui, du coup j'ai désactivé le casque, l'audio du casque, et je l'ai activé sur l'écran du PC, donc avec le parleur. Et j'ai toujours le retour dans mon casque.
Ah, donc t'as bien un problème de paramétrage.
Ouais, non, donc c'est pas un problème de paramétrage, c'est un problème de mon casque quand même. C'est ça, hein, logiquement.
T'as tout le reste du son dans de...
Oui, tout le reste du son est dans mon écran, donc...
Dans ton écran, mais t'as pas le retour du micro dans l'écran, c'est ça?
Ouais.
Ouais, donc c'est le casque qui déconne. T'as une petite... Ah, t'as ton son de micro qui part dans le casque.
Oh, c'est chiant. Ça c'est con quoi, il avait duré combien de temps mon casque? Il a duré longtemps en plus. Ça va faire 2 ans, 3 ans. C'est chiant. Après j'avais payé 30 balles, 30 balles ça va, 10 € par an. Attends, je suis en train de regarder les casques du coup, 300 €, ouais, ça a l'air honnête.
So she went out without her handbag? At least she was spared
99
that.
€, mais non mais il y a des casques moins chers. Ah voilà.
She'd have to be in quite a state to leave this behind.
Ouais.
You can see if
Oh
Pinker
putain,
can
il est
match
trop
the
en
impression
plus.
of the crime scene.
Est-ce que je me l'achète? qu'il coûte 50 € au lieu de 80 € quand même. C'est une bonne réduction quoi.
J'ai bien trouvé, c'est un micro correct, mais
bah, je vais reprendre la même marque.
Mon micro casque, tu vois, mais avec une qualité de son propre quoi.
Ouais.
Et pas cher, c'est un peu compliqué, possible.
Bah, moi je vais reprendre le même micro là que j'ai, enfin pas le même micro, mais la même marque en tout cas. Mais la version au-dessus, donc normalement le micro il soit pareil, soit meilleur, logiquement. Et ça va, enfin c'est plutôt propre hein, je trouve le son que le volume du micro quoi.
Ouais non, mais c'est que moi la plupart du temps ça me gonfle en fait de...
Oui d'avoir le
casque
micro
sur la
opposé
tête,
quoi.
tu vois.
Ouais.
J'aimerais même pouvoir me mettre en arrière avec mes haut-parleurs, mais le problème c'est qu'il faut un micro qui capte d'assez loin proprement quoi. C'est pas gagné. Arrête pas.
Ah, il est moins cher. Il est pas dispo. Il y a quoi qui est dispo? Putain, c'est plus cher. Ouais, l'arnaque en fait c'est que y a... c'est marqué 50 € au lieu de 79 €, mais c'est que pour une seule coloris et qui n'est plus disponible. La seule coloris qui est encore disponible c'est le blanc, le casque blanc et il coûte 60 € au lieu de 50 €. Putain. Bah, c'est pas grave, je vais prendre le moins cher. Et je sais pas si c'est mieux. Bon, on va les bouffer. T'as déjà bouffé
Ouais, non.
No.
Ok.
Everyone
moi
loved
je vais les bouffer.
Teresa. She was so full of life.
Voilà, à plus.
Can't be anyone who knew her.
So you don't know anyone who would want her dead?
No, I don't.
You said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right, Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
You let your drunk wife leave the party and go off on her own?
Look, I was angry. I was having a good time. She has to go and ruin it. We always have to do what she wants to do. Last night she wanted to go dancing.
Any idea where?
Where she always goes. A bar down on North Beaudry Avenue. Baron's Bar. She goes there, drinks too much, gets maudlin, and calls me. I go and bring her home.
Mr. Terrellson, was Teresa happy at home?
Yeah, I think she was.
Spill it, Terrellson. We like the look of you for this, so you better give us something.
We're at the party. She has a few and says she wants to go out dancing. We only have the sitter until 9. I get mad. I tell her to go ahead, but I'm staying. She storms out. Look, I'm doing well at cards. I hardly ever do well. I married her because she was so much fun, but now she drives me fucking crazy.
What time did she leave the party?
About 8:30, maybe a little earlier.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. The card game at Bobby's was wrapping up. I played out my hand and drove home here. Paid the sitter and went to bed.
Why did you only report your wife missing this morning?
I thought she would have called up last night from the bar.
Thanks for answering our questions, Mr. Terrellson. You'll need to go downtown to identify your wife's body.
I should have taken her dancing.
In my experience, Mac, if you give in to broads, you'll be giving in to them your entire life.
Appreciate your time, sir. Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Would you like him picked up?
No. Suspect says he was with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Thanks for your help.
You believe this guy's story?
Kind of rings true. You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
And where exactly are we going?
Isn't he the cop who won a medal?
You're behind the wheel.
When you go,
Gents, drink?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
I'm Benny Clough. This about Teresa Terrellson?
Yes, it is.
I heard about it on the radio. They're saying it was that Black Dahlia freak again? God damn it. Yeah, I rang that husband of hers. The babysitter said he was out.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions. What time did Teresa leave?
Around 10:30, I think.
On foot? In a car? By bus? How was it?
She called for a cab.
Did you get the number?
Sure I did. I like Teresa. The only time she has a drink is when things aren't going so good at home. I was worried about her.
Where's that goddamn waitress?
Put out an APB on the cab. 3591. Should be traceable. Who was she with? We've had reports about a tall, gaunt-looking hobo. He wasn't here last night?
I get plenty of bums in here, but nothing to fit that description.
The likelihood is that whoever she left here with killed her. Give it up, Benny.
All right, 2 creeps were all over her, promising to take her dancing.
You get a good look at these guys?
Sure. I got a good look. One of them was a sailor in uniform. His cap said, USS Indiana.
And the other man?
The other guy is Richard Bates. He's sitting in the back right now. Red polo shirt.
Any idea where she was headed?
Nope. I didn't get that.
The husband said she wanted to go dancing.
Yeah, she always wants to dance when she's been drinking. She was trying to talk some guys into taking her to one of the dance halls.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Clough. We'll take it from here.
Hey, no problem.
This is Bates?
That's him.
LAPD, don't make me chase you, shitbird. Can't let the son of a bitch get away.
Bates! We just want to talk.
Come on, you got a ride. Get in and drive. I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands. I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the bar where he left the Vic in.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine. He's showing you how it's done. Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close. Hit it. Clean this asshole off the road. Let's end this part. All right, you got me. I've had enough.
Put your hands in the air. Okay, Bates. You're gonna answer some questions.
I have a choice in this?
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar. Now she's dead, and your face is all messed up.
I'm in the clear on that. She preferred a sailor. You could lay it off on him. Are we finished?
Do you want my partner to sap you? Tell us what we want to know.
She was okay. Drunk. Pissed off at her old man, wanting to go dancing. I thought I'd ply her with a few drinks and get my end away. Looks like your Salty had the same idea.
So what happened when you left the bar?
Sailor boy laid one on me. A cheap shot. After that, I don't know.
What happened to the woman?
Your guess is as good as mine.
We're taking you in, Bates.
How come?
Just for a chat. Nice, private chat. I'll explain my theory of once a degenerate, always a degenerate.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard here knows the drill.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an APB out on a yellow cab, number 3591. Ask dispatch to relay all sightings to car 11K.
No problem. I'll get on the radio.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case. Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
Could be our man. Thanks, ma'am.
That's the cop from the newspaper.
You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed?
He's in interview too.
Thanks. What do you make of him?
Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
Hey, I gave his wife a tap. I said all's fair in love and war.
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. We know why you're here, Jessup, so it would be best if you answered our questions truthfully.
I don't want any trouble. That's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning. You went to Barron's Bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrellson?
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
So you tried to make a woman who was incredibly drunk?
Look, I'm not proud of myself, but I never hurt her.
You took her dancing?
That's right. Caught a cab to the Crystal Ballroom.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrellson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure.
You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup. We're holding you till we can clear this with the driver.
Yeah, my CO said as much.
Can you put the guy in 2 in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, Detective. Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Grand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the Beau has a record, too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assaults.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put him down to 1 round.
I want to make an officer. You know you made it.
3 suspects in the can and 1 on the hoof. And still no hard evidence on any of them.
Car 11K, we have a response on your APV regarding yellow cab number 3591. The vehicle has been identified at a gas station. Now heading west on 7th Street.
KGPL to car 11K. 11K, come in.
11K, go ahead.
Patrolman reporting that Bobby Ross's car game is breaking up at midnight.
11K, roger that. Plenty of time to get downtown.
It's possible. Have them bring him in.
KGPL, we have Lars Terrellson picked up.
11K, roger.
11K, yellow cab number 3591, sighted at the corner of Wilshire and Whitmer. Repeat, Wilshire and Whitmer, 11K.
Where's that cab got to now?
This officer needs help. Bank of America, 7th and Olive. Officer needs help. Bank of America, 7th and Olive. In progress and shots fired. Unit to handle code 3 identified.
11K, further on your ATV on yellow cab number 3591. Vehicle identified at Reggie's Cafe, heading north on Whitmer. KGPL clear.
You see our taxi anywhere?
Car 11K, your suspect vehicle, yellow cab 3591, sighted at 6th and Valencia.
Watch it, will you? Straight on. Through this intersection.
Car 11K, yellow cab 3591 was just seen leaving Dewey's Car Sales, driving north on Union Drive. KGPL.
The search continues. We're making a right at the next intersection.
Patrolman reports yellow cab 3591 at Loma and Union Drive, headed northeast.
3591, that's him there.
LAPD, we're investigating a murder.
What's that got to do with me?
The fare you picked up from Barron's bar last night. What was the woman wearing?
It's a green dress. Oh, don't tell me something's happened to her.
Tell me about her.
She was with this sailor. He was all over her. She wasn't having any of it. Said she just wanted to dance. But he had that look in his eye.
Where did you drop them off?
It's at the Crystal Ballroom.
What time?
After midnight. 12:30? Something like that.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
Well, that's gonna ruin my day.
All units, officer needs help. 211 and shots fired. 391 Broadway, Mallory's Cafe. 391 Broadway. Unit to handle code 3, identify.
So wait for the next turning and go right. Okay, so go left at the next one. Keep on going through here. Take the next right. Up ahead, you turn left. You're making a right at the next intersection. You're going straight here. Going steady, come on! You don't need to turn here. It's left at the next intersection. Straight on.
LAPD, we'd like a word with you. Save it for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far.
I need you to stay copacetic. You need to hold out for the cavalry line.
How do we do that?
Like this. Buckshot, keep you down, Phelps.
Disciples know what you did last night?
We need to fight for it!
Killing makes you feel powerful. What's your name?
Comrade Stalin.
Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stuart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
The Kremlin's over here, Phelps. Toss it, see what you find.
Still working, Jack. I'm off to the Lighthouse Club in Santa Monica.
Hello, Jack. Mr. Benson, this is Courtney Sheldon. He's a buddy of mine from the war.
Well, I'm sure you two will want to polish some old war stories. Good evening, Jack. Mr. Sheldon.
Good night, sir. Take a seat, Courtney. We need your help, Jack. I told you I would have nothing to do with that.
I'm fine too, Jack. Medical school's going well. I got a part-time job.
Do dope peddlers need part-time jobs?
We made a mistake and we're in trouble, Jack. A local gangster, Mickey Cohen, is putting on the squeeze.
So hand it over, walk away. What's stopping you?
We had a deal with them that they would dole it out slowly. They said they would supply abortion clinics and doctors, but they've been moving it on to addicts, and they can't cope with the purity.
So your problem is with gangsters being dishonest?
My problem is that people are dying, and that if this gets back to us, we'll all end up in jail.
So how am I supposed to help, Courtney? This isn't the war. I can't just wave a magic wand and clean up your mess.
We want you to negotiate, Jack.
The only thing these guys understand is force, Sheldon. They got to the top back east by proving to be more vicious than the English, the Irish, and the Dutch. They make their own laws. That's the nature of a secret society. God's sake, Courtney, you want to be a doctor. How can you fight with that? We are better trained, Jack. I didn't make it through the war to come back to this kind of shit, Sheldon.
Two peanuts for walking on the street. Run.
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a dancer. Nothing significant. Looks familiar. Safe bet it'll match the mark under Teresa Terreldson's chin.
That's the cop. Seems like a decent guy.
You know the way. You can drive.
And where exactly are we going?
The husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect. Jessup's alibi checks out. Bates is a recidivist. He'll be pulling the same stick until we put him away for good. Ackerman has history, opportunity, hard evidence. What motive?
We have the evidence. We know she was here. All we need is a confession. We can charge the bum with murder. We're going this way.
Find the goddamn evidence.
This guy must have escaped from the loony bin.
We got a stakeout down on 2nd later tonight.
Mouthpiece first stripped off me at the grand jury. Case got thrown out. Now the DA wants my head.
Ackerman, you were in the Marines.
How do you know?
The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for a guy in flamethrower detail. What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
Why did you kill Mrs. Terrelson?
I have no recollection of the people I have killed.
You hate women, Ackerman?
More than you could ever imagine.
How much did you hate Mrs. Terrelson?
I ache to put my seed in them. Afterwards, I have no use for them.
A bus driver dropped Mrs. Terrelson near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up to the hill?
Which hill? I have many places. I go where I please.
You are clearly insane, Ackerman. The state of California does not execute mental patients.
I don't know the names of the women I've killed, but I've killed many of them. Their necks are so fragile.
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Terrelson.
A man down on his luck I can abide. But a filthy red who chooses to live outside the rules of society, I cannot stomach. Maybe poor Threes of Tarleton will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time we send some men in.